She was beautiful, smart, kind, ambitious. A high school senior with dreams of becoming an aerospace engineer. She had a bright future ahead of her. But the life of Sharon Marshall was a carefully crafted lie, a facade built by the man she called her father. And behind that lie was a nightmare. The story begins in the early 1980s. Sharon was living with her father, Warren Marshall, a quiet and strange man who moved frequently. Sharon attended high school in Forest Park, Georgia, and quickly became popular. Her classmates adored her. She was cheerful, driven, and brilliant. Despite her difficult home life, she earned a scholarship to study aerospace engineering at the Georgia Institute of Technology. But Sharon never made it to Georgia Tech. Instead, her life took a dark, confusing turn. She disappeared from her school, and no one knew why. Years passed. Sharon resurfaced under different names, one of which was Tanya Hughes. She was now in her early 20s, living in Tulsa, Oklahoma, with a man she introduced as her husband, Clarence Hughes. They had a young son together. But something was off. Clarence was controlling. He never let Sharon speak freely. She wasn't allowed to work regular jobs. Instead, she was dancing at strip clubs, giving all her money to him. Despite the abusive environment, Sharon remained devoted to her young son and tried her best to create some form of normalcy for him. Then, in April 1990, the nightmare took another tragic turn. Sharon was found barely alive on the side of the highway in Oklahoma City. She had been struck by a car in what appeared to be a hit and run. She died a few days later in the hospital. Clarence, the man who had always been with her, acted strangely. Instead of grief, he seemed more concerned about his control slipping away. After Sharon's death, Clarence fled. He took her young son and disappeared. When authorities finally caught him, they uncovered the truth, or at least part of it. Clarence Hughes was not her husband. His real name was Franklin Delano Floyd, a convicted felon, kidnapper, and fugitive. And Sharon? Her real identity remained a mystery for over 2 decades. Authorities had no clue who she really was. She had lived and died under a name that wasn't hers. Years later, with the help of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, DNA testing, and a relentless investigative journalist named Matt Birkbeck, the truth finally emerged. Sharon Marshall was not Franklin Floyd's daughter. She was Suzanne Marie Sevakis, a girl he had kidnapped in the 1970s after her mother went to jail briefly. He had taken her, along with her siblings, and vanished. Her siblings were abandoned. But Suzanne, the beautiful, intelligent girl with dreams of becoming an engineer? He kept her. Raised her. Abused her. And when she tried to escape that life, when she fell in love, became pregnant, or dreamed of college, he sabotaged everything. Franklin Floyd had used her. Controlled her. Possibly even fathered her son. And when he felt his grip loosening, he may have ended her life. The full horror of the story came to light in 2014, over 24 years after her death. What made it worse was that Suzanne, Sharon, had lived her life under a lie, forced to dance for money, give up her dreams, and raise a child while in captivity. Franklin Floyd is now on death row, but the scars of Sharon's life remain, in the child she left behind, in the friends who never knew what happened to her, and in the haunting realization that monsters don't always hide under beds. Sometimes, they tuck children in at night.